Hello everyone, my name is Joelle and welcome to Yoga for Calves. Let's begin on our backs with the feet flat on the floor, and we'll lift the right foot off the floor, placing that right calf on top of the left knee. Press the calf into the knee and the knee into the calf, and we're essentially using our kneecap here to massage any areas of tightness in the calf. Today's 10-minute class is designed to be done without any props, so if you don't happen to have a foam roller or a massage ball handy, you can also use your own body to target some of those tight areas. You can continue the massage now by crossing that right leg over the left thigh, pulling the knees towards the chest, and massaging the calf with the hands. And if you find a particularly tight spot anywhere, feel free to hold there, point and flex the foot to help break up any blockages. Great, so let's swap sides, first using the right kneecap to massage out the left calf. And you might want to start down near the ankle and maybe work your way up either the outside or the inside of the calf. Again, maybe pausing on any tight areas to point and flex that left foot, keeping a slow and steady breath going. You can close the eyes if that feels good. And then continuing by crossing left leg over right thigh, bringing the knees in, and using the hands to roll out that left calf. Notice any spots that may feel tighter than others as we get to know our bodies and better understand what they need at certain moments. Now let's swap sides again with the right leg over the left knee. And we'll just take a couple of ankle circles here to basically break up any lingering blockages. So just do 3 circles in one direction and then 3 in the other. And then switch sides again, the 3 circles in each direction. And it's completely normal to hear popping and cracking in those movements. That just means our joints are waking up. Great, so let's release that. And let's roll up off of our backs, and we'll come into our first downward dog here, starting out with bent knees as we first find our alignment in this dog. So stretch the fingers wide, press the shoulders down, and reach the hips up towards the sky. Eventually, if it's comfortable, you might reach the heels towards the ground, straighten the legs, and then start to pedal it out. So take your dog for a walk, as they say. Bending into one leg and then the other. And then start to lift and lower both heels. So inhale to lift and exhale to lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. One more. Lift and lower. Now shorten your stance by walking your feet in a couple of inches and really press those heels to the mat, lengthening those calves as we take a few more breaths here. And then lift the right leg up, stretch it towards the sky, and then slowly step it through the hands. You might want to release down onto the left knee first, or give the foot a little tug forwards with the hand. So here we're pressing the right knee forwards in our lunge, enough so that the heel comes off of the ground, and we're making these little bouncing motions up and down on the right foot. We'll take a couple dozen here. This is actually a move done by a lot of power lifters and weightlifters who want to improve their ankle mobility so they can squat down. So this applies a little bit of force to our end range of motion in order to, again, break up any tight spots, and it's a really effective move. So just keep bouncing, keep the knee in line with the foot, don't let it collapse in or out. And then plant the hands, send the right leg back up to the sky in that 3-legged dog, and we'll switch sides. Left leg reaches and swings forward. Find that lunge position on the left side, press that left knee forward so the heel begins to come off the ground, and then begin to bounce up and down. These are called dorsiflexion bounces because we're working to increase the dorsiflexion of the ankle, which is closely related to how much tension we hold in our calves and also around the area of the Achilles tendon. And this is a form of ballistic stretching where we move in and out of our end range of motion, and we're supporting ourselves with our fingertips, using our body weight to loosen up our lower legs. And then plant the hands, reach the left leg back into that three-legged dog, and start to tiptoe the feet forward into forward folds. Hang here for a few minutes, maybe shake out the neck. And we'll come into Padahastasana, so 1 foot at a time is going to step onto our hands. So bring the back of both hands onto the mat, bending the knees as much as necessary, and then step the left foot onto the left hand and the right foot onto the right hand. So we're aiming to get the tips of the toes here towards the wrist. You can keep bent knees here. You might want to gradually try taking the legs a little straighter. You can sway forwards and back. And then bend the left knee while straightening the right leg, and then switch. And one more time each side, switch and switch. Beautiful. And then let's step off of the hands 1 foot at a time. Place the fingertips on the mat and step your left foot back just about 12 inches, bending the left knee and keeping the thighs pressing together. Flex the right toes towards you. Place the right hand under the right foot and gently pull as you fold over that right leg. This is a really intense stretch for the calf and the underside of the foot. So let's hold it here for a few more deep breaths. And then we'll release that to switch sides, so the right foot steps back this time, bending the knee, keeping the thighs together. Flex the left toes back, and gently pull on that left foot with the left hand. Imagine that every breath here is helping lengthen out that left calf. And you can experiment maybe by swaying back and forth a little, again noticing if any particular points may be more intense or worth exploring. Let's release that, bend the knees to plant the hands and step back into a downward dog. Pedal the feet a couple times again. Notice if the heels may be a little closer to the ground than before. And then this time we'll pick up the left foot and just press those left toes into the back of the right heel. We're just adding a little bit of our own body weight to stretch out that right calf even more. Check in with your breath here. Notice if you may be holding any tension in the upper body. Make sure the jaw is released and the neck is clear. And then we'll switch sides. So maybe pedaling the feet a few more times and then pick up the right foot and tack it onto the left heel. Also remember that the alignment of downward dog still applies here. So the hips are still reaching for the sky. Shoulders are still pressing down. The fingers are spread with all 10 fingertips pressing into the mat. And we breathe. And then we'll release that, lower onto the knees and sit back onto the heels for just a moment. And then we'll lift the hips off the heels, coming into a higher kneeling pose, and tuck the toes of both feet under. So you can either stay here up high or press the hips back again to the heels. And you might need to adjust the pinky toes here. Sometimes they don't tuck under all the way without a little bit of help from the hands. We'll be holding here for about 30 more seconds. I know this one is intense, particularly if you're on your feet a lot or maybe you wear high heels or tight shoes all the time. Just keep breathing, close the eyes, maybe roll the shoulders back or take a couple neck circles to make the time pass more quickly. We're almost there. Keep breathing. Great work. And then untuck the toes, come back to rest on the heels again, and this time lean back. So bringing the fingertips a few inches behind you and rock the weight backwards so the knees lift off the mat a little. So this is a counter stretch to the pose we just did, this time stretching the front of the ankle and the shins, which is also important to loosening up the opposing muscle groups of the calves. You can maybe experiment with a little balance by resting the hands gently on the thighs. Pick a spot in front of you to focus on and help with the balance. And then start to rock the weight forward so that the knees come back to the earth, take them out wide, and find a child's pose to completely release. Thank you for practicing with me today. Please remember to like this video and subscribe to my channel for more 10-minute videos, because I know that sometimes that's all we've got. I'll see you soon. Namaste.